Oh. Okay. According to the El Computador, we are live again. Woo! Hi everyone. I missed a couple of streams, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But hello. Let me know if you can hear me, and if you can hear me good in the chat. So at least I know I'm not talking just all alone here. Like nobody can hear me. Because if you can hear me talking, then then everything is okay. Okay, then then we can start. It's a little bit early, like 1 minute earlier than normal. So anyway, hi, Johan. Tell me, Johan. Please tell me that you can hear me. you know. Oh, okay, cool. So I'm going to start just doing. I did these crystals today. I was just trying to figure out how to draw crystals, and it's been a long time since I tried last. I had some kind of run-ins with them, and I always tried to draw them, but for some reason they always look wonky. Like, I have no idea why. Don't ask me why. Just weird. And then I just really started studying some reference photos and really looking at them. So I kind of picked up certain little things, and okay, they're not maybe perfect or anything, but at least it's a very better better drawing than what I used to have. So maybe you don't see anything right now. I'm just going to do them with my Micron pen, and I'm going to do them very lightly because I don't want to actually fill in all the lines. So let's start with some. I used this pencil. This is a Pentel pencil. It's a 05. But the how do you say, the graphite inside is not usually. I usually use the hard graphite, and this is like more softer one, so it kind of smudges all over. I try to pick it up with my smudger eraser. So what I did find out is that the best way when I'm trying to do it like an illustration is to do interrupted lines. So what I was trying before with crystals was to really draw them like I draw everything. And maybe it's something that I need to switch with my flowers as well. But I always draw the full lines, right? I don't leave any openings, any stuff. It's more, I'm having a more of a cleaner style, right? So what I found that with crystals that can be really stark. The crystal can become really heavy if you do only uninterrupted lines. I know it's weird to say this, like maybe they are like when you do them like digitally, maybe you can do that, or when you do maybe lighter color crystal line and stuff. But after looking at it, like what's the best way to actually illustrate it is like the corners you should do a little bit more stronger, and then all the other ones should be really light, right? So this is what I'm trying to do, and then it will actually look okay. So try to vary the width of the line. Okay, adjust the microphone a bit. Okay, like this, like more closer by. Do you hear me better? I'm hoping. Sorry, I wasn't actually. So I'm doing some lines here and there, and then you have to create this kind of breakages in the crystals. So once you've done the primary lines, I think what I found is afterwards then you can do this kind of nudges and other things. Yeah. Okay, like that. So, that's one. Let's do them all. And of course, I'm not talking like there's so many different crystals and so many different styles that I cannot even begin to imagine. These are just normal ones that you find. Let's say, like, I call them the witchy crystals, like witchcraft kind of. That might look okay on a pendant as well, So this is kind of the style that I'm doing. So yeah, if you are wondering, that's what I was trying to create here. My husband is like, ow, ow. I think our cat is trying to sink her paws into him. Our cat has become more demanding lately. She wants pets, and she doesn't get pets. She goes like, she's gonna go into the attack for some reason. Don't know why. She feels entitled to pets, okay? So that's the stuff. The other guy, which we're gonna name Dufus, is sleeping on another room. We saw him sleeping. He's in the gym room, sleeping there. He was awake the whole day today, and now he just crashed. So yeah, that's okay. Sometimes he does that. He's awake the whole day. He runs around, and he's like, he gets himself tired, and then he goes like, okay, now I'm sleeping. So yeah, you notice that I'm using the same pen, but because I don't put the pressure on the pen, then the lines are like not as thick. So that's very important, and I'm skipping certain parts. Okay, that's it. And I'm just gonna do them with black first. I mean with this one with a pencil, and then we're gonna go into the coloring. And the coloring I'm gonna do with some of the Schminke super granulating with the Tundra colors, because they're really nice colors. And then some graphite colors. So I'm just going to alternate. I just want to see kind of what I can do. It's gonna have multiple facets. Some of them will have to be darker and some of them not, because they are maybe in the shadow. I'll have to decide where the light comes from. Okay, so if you're watching this, yeah. So what was going on? Why did I miss some live streams? I actually, as you know, I've talked about it in my previous live stream. I will start a new job on Monday, and actually last week was the last week where I had to, go to the office, take my laptop and all of that stuff, say goodbye to everybody. There was quite some, let's say, I wouldn't say parties, because we weren't really sitting next to each other, but we grabbed the juice and we were sitting on the river bank and talking and reminiscing about stuff. And then after 2 days of this, I kind of got a little bit sick. Nothing too serious, but it felt like it's a beginning of a cold. Now it's past, so I guess it was just the fact of the matter is I haven't seen real humans in a very long time. Well, seeing them, I always see them online, right? I always talk online, but like in real and talking to a real person, that hasn't happened in a very long time. And I'm not used to that. I'm not used to the effort. For some reason, the effort it takes is very big. The effort it takes to pay attention to what people say and to your environment, and especially since you're also a little bit trying to stay away from everything and everyone So that kind of, I guess my body was just like, okay, I don't know what to do and so on. So I've taken the executive decision to not do a live stream last Wednesday, so that because I had, my throat was quite sore and I just didn't want to speak. So I slept it off, and now it's all fine. And now, if you're wondering, yes, I did a test. There was nothing, so don't worry about that part. It wasn't what you thought it was. It was just probably just me meeting with people for the first time and getting like really tired. And while I was actually, thinking about all the adventures that I've been through in the last 14 years, because yes, 14 years have been the time that I've been at that particular job, which is a long time if you think about it. I realized that I'm going to miss the familiarity. Like when you're in a job for that long, and I guess it has a parallel, and this has a parallel with art, okay? But let's make it first about the job, and then we talk about the art and how that has a parallel and how things like, so after so long, I realized that I knew everything there. I knew every little corner. I knew every little piece of code that was happening. I could find my way across different things, different themes. And to be honest, this is something that scared me. And it scared me because I will go to a place where I know nothing. Right? So I don't know. I don't have the people. I don't have like my colleagues that I can always ask. I can, so all of these kind of made me a little bit anxious. And then I realized that it's the same thing that happened with the art. Like, hence why I'm doing this, drawing these crystals, is I got very used to and very good at drawing the flowers. Okay, so you know me, I draw flowers all the time, and it's become like second nature to me, and I do that all the time. And I draw comforted in that because I can draw flowers maybe with my eyes closed. Okay, so at least certain flowers, not all the flowers, but not, I'm getting pretty good at looking at the shape and saying, okay, I kind of know how this shape goes. I kind of know, even if it's a new flower, for example, I bought a new book, and I bought this book. It's called Bloemen in Aquarel. Okay, it's Dutch, don't judge me. But I can kind of look at these flowers, and I can look at the shape, and I go like, oh, okay, I kind of know how to draw this now. Okay. And then I realized that I always struggled with things like crystals and stuff. And I always wanted to be able to draw them. But I always, when I put myself to draw something, I always start with a flower. I always start with something that is like that I know. And, what I learned now is that it's okay, and probably I'm doing that because I didn't want to fail, right? I don't want to fail at doing crystals and stuff. I don't want to fail at drawing them and making them look loop-sided and weird. I wanna do a good job, right? I always want to do a good job, and maybe that speaks to my perfectionism in a way, because I'm a perfectionist, right? But you get what I mean, right? And it's the same with the new job. I want to do a good job. I want to succeed, and I want it now. And trying something new that I don't know about, it's always scary. And then I always would revert to something that I know, and maybe that is the reason why I never left that particular company. In a way, it's not true, because I always stayed there because there was always a path forward for me, right? I was learning something new. But now I'm thinking, am I learning something new from continuing to constantly focus on flowers? And the answer is no. I need to start learning new things and, start going towards the things that I am very uncomfortable with. And as you know, what I'm uncomfortable with is straight lines. I know, weird. It's like, what? Straight lines? Yes, because flowers are easy, but flowers are not straight lines. And like, technically these ones, the crystals, they are straight lines in a way. And those are the ones that I struggle to make interesting and to make nice, the straight lines. So I decided today I'll give it a go. I did struggle a bit. I have an entire sketchbook with lots of mistakes, but it was okay. So, and then I was trying to figure out how to draw this, and I know, weird. I didn't come across a channel that explained how to draw crystals, right? But I came across somebody that was talking about, his name is Adam Duff. You can find him. He was talking more about his experience as an artist when he was or one of his friends that was giving, like, you always dream as an artist that you're gonna be there, that you're gonna be good, that you're gonna be an god, and you're gonna be famous, but you never really expect it. It's always going to be the dream. But then what happens when it actually is there, and you are given free reign and unlimited budget or unlimited time or something like that, and then you go like, oh, what do I do now? Because you never expected it, you never really prepared mentally for it. So then he was making a parallel with a lot of other very good artists, very good illustrators, and he was making a parallel with starting and doing a very complicated piece, right? Like, I have these pieces in my mind that I always want to draw. I have these scenes in my mind and I always try to draw them, but first of all, I never had a formal education in design or drawing or anything. And that is, when I try to draw everything from the first try. I know it's weird. Like, some people actually do lots of sketches and lots of tries before. Like, when I'm drawing something, I try to get the shape and everything from the first try. And this is something that I had to step away now. And this is what this Adam guy was talking about, that a lot of the really famous artists actually, they don't do that. They start very complicated pieces from very basic shapes, so this is what I was doing wrong before. I would have tried to do this crystal, for example. I would have started here, I would have done the lines, and then I would have tried to do all these intermediary lines and try to build it up like this from top to bottom. Now, I don't want to tell you that this doesn't work, because it doesn't. I tried it, right? It will become very wonky. So basically what I tried today, not because I watched a crystal drawing video or anything, I tried to first start with a shape, with a big shape, and then try to go from there with the smaller details. And this actually worked. This actually unlocked all of this. It's amazing. It's like so what he was talking about is, instead of you trying to fill that room, or you trying to fill the shoes or something like that, try to make the room or you know, the situation mold you, as in to be molded to you, make it smaller basically. And this is how you can manage it. And this is, I think, something that I will need to do also into my new job, because there's a lot of stuff to do. There's a lot of things I need to do immediately, right? But I think I need to start by making the problem smaller and just deciding like, no, these are the steps that I will take, and this is my goal, and this is what I will do, instead of trying to fix everything from day one, you know, and try to start with the too big problem, go down into the smaller problem. So very funny insight into, you know, how can you make parallels between, I would say, life outside of art with life inside of art, and you know how artists start with their works, and how you can actually learn from that and do the same in whatever job you have, right? Does it make me less terrified? No. So definitely I am not right now in the mental space where I can don't know, you know, be doing art at the same pace as I've been doing. As you know, notice that I'm trying to, I post a bit lesser on Instagram. I do have a lot of artwork, I'll do that, but you know, you have to break things down and, you know, take it one step at a time. So these are my crystals, and I'm gonna watercolor them, okay? And I have two brushes. One is a number 2, one is a number 5. But how is it going otherwise? How is life in the other lands, in the lands of the free or something? How is life? Which one should I'll start with this one in the middle. Why not? And we'll start with some pinks and some violets. I'm starting with some galaxy pink. Notice how controlled I'm being. This is just going to be the first layer. Afterwards we're gonna do more layers where you know, different things happen. Okay. I was actually considering what will I do when, because Inktober is pretty much closing in, right? And I really wanted to do something for this Inktober as well. Maybe even going into daily live streams or something. That would be cool, right? Maybe you see what I did here? I left a little bit of piece that is, so I did 3 colors. One is the galaxy pink, the other one is thunder rose, and the middle one is quercerdam gold. So a little bit of yellow, a little bit of purple, and then I left this line that's going to be the highlight, right? So this particular one, let's think about, I'll let it dry, but then we have to think about where the light comes from. Let's do this one also kind of similar colors, and then we'll try even different colors like reds and stuff. So quercerdam gold hue. So I'm doing really watery washes here, right? Do not be confused, I'm not doing wet on wet. I have not pre-wetted any of this because I really want to have control. Johan says, life is good, wanted to draw at the same time, but Dit, the cat, took over my desk and decided to groom herself. That is a really, really hard thing to deal with, man. Like, really hard thing. Yeah, it's like nice. Okay, I like this color combination. I'll try some new ones. Let's try maybe some blues. Some blues, yeah. Let's do some blues. This is Galaxy Blue. And I have another one that is darker, Forest Blue or Thunder Blue. Thunder Blue might be a little bit too much. Okay. We've been in London previously. And by the Museum of Natural History, this big museum, and on the top floor, they have a room, or they have an entire floor there by that museum, which is just gems, man. Just gems. Like stones upon stones and stones upon stones. I think we did a lot of pictures there, and I'm going to use them to draw inspiration. Especially when I'm going to get better at doing this, right? But it was like lots of stones, lots of diamonds and crystals, and even moonstones and stuff, like actual meteorites from the moon and things like that. Okay, that looks nice. So this blue with this kind of green blue, so green, blue, and blue actually works. Okay. Let's try maybe this blue with a darker blue, see how that goes. Okay. And it might look like I'm doing lots of color, but then I come in with a clean brush and I brush it. And then I'm going to try a darker blue here, see how that goes. You might be wondering that I'm not actually using the super granulating ones for the super granulation, because when you're using the super granulating stuff on a very small surface, yeah, the amount of stones and gems was amazing. Yeah, I know. It was like rows upon rows upon rows. I think we spent, don't even know, more than an hour there just looking at all the gems and all the stones. It was really nice. I highly recommend, if you go there, go there. It's more on older part. Wait, it wasn't the natural. Was it the Natural Museum? So it wasn't the British Museum. It was one that had like on the ground floor they had dinosaurs and stuff. Yeah, I think it's the Natural Museum. And on the upper floor they had all of this stuff. They had like these really blue rocks, and like it's so amazing to see all sorts of colors, like from yellow to anything. Like it was amazing. Let's try even more yellowish one. I'll try this small one, or this one. No, this one in the middle. I'll try more yellow. Yellow with some red, to be honest. So we'll introduce some of this, some of the orange, and then we'll introduce some red, which might be alizarin crimson. Let's see how that goes. Okay. This is a great exercise to do when you want to test out. Actually, I'm just realizing now that this is a great exercise when you want to test out like totally new color combinations, because you can test them out here like this. Yeah. So I did some alizarin crimson, some pearly maroon, quinacridone, gold hue, and the yellow. Okay, that looks okay. That is okay. Some alizarin crimson, and then we're gonna do Galaxy Violet. Let's see that combination. So I'm using a number 5. So far so good. Maybe when I'm gonna get into the nitty-gritty details, I'm gonna use the other one, the number 2. Natural History Museum in London. Okay, yeah, that's the one, the Natural History Museum in London. I'm not saying that at the British Museum. So it's so funny because we've been to London and people go to London to party or just stuff. We've been to London. How long did we stay? 8 days. And we've been 2 days to the British Museum. 2 full days because we wanted to see it all. One day was the Natural History Museum and some other museum that we've been to. And the last one, and then we've been to the Harry Potter, to the Universal Studios. And, you know, walked around, did some stuff. We actually haven't been anywhere partying. We were just visiting things, visiting the culture, visiting Buckingham Palace and all of that stuff. It was pretty nice, I would say. Not what you would expect from going there. It's so funny because in the first day that we were there, we decided to just pick a direction and go. So we were situated somewhere around Russell Square, yeah, in London. So we exited and then we just picked a direction, and what we were following were actually the skyline. So whenever we were seeing like this big building or anything like with a dome, we were just going that direction. We ended up walking about 30,000 steps that day. Our feet were hurting, but we managed, just by following the skylines, basically, we saw everything, every building, at least from the outside, from the St. Paul Cathedral to, Buckingham Palace and all sorts of stuff. We didn't use public transport or anything. We just walked everywhere. Was fun. So then, the second day we decided, okay, where we need to go more, what we need to do more, and things like that. So it was pretty fun, I would say. The Harry Potter one, the Universal Studios, yeah, that was amazing. And we went there because I really wanted to get inspired by all the things that were created and the artistry. I mean, it is so nice to go there and to see how every little piece of that set was being built, and the artist's impressions, and they have all the artists, how do you say, they did art for the movie. It's on the walls, everything is there. It's so beautiful. We went there more for inspiration and for getting our muse back. And then we've been to the British Museum, and we saw, the Egyptian stuff and stuff like that. 16 miles, yeah, we walked 16 miles a day. And it was amazing. What was amazing as well was realizing that there's these big structures that were built maybe 20,000 years ago or 30,000 years ago, long ago, and they're so massive, and the sculptures are so massive, and you realize that is a long ago that this stuff was built. And humans are such creative people, all of them. And from the mummies to the paintings everywhere on the sarcophagus, and the care that they took in their art. Basically it was their art, and basically those were artists that they were doing stuff. It was amazing. So the second day we did I remember the second day. Why we want to go the second day is they had a big Chinese collection, and we really wanted to go and see that collection fully, because that is so nice. Like, you see a totally different culture, and they were doing stuff before Europeans were doing, you know, fancy pottery. They were doing already bronze and other stuff. It is amazing, and the intricacy of some of the designs and how beautiful they were, and you know, the clothing and everything. Yeah, it really impressed me. And I realized that, you know, art is everywhere. Art is in everything that we do, and artists are not just here to make pretty pictures, but you know, they were, and they used to be, an integral part of the society, what they were doing. I'm not sure how much they were paid back then, right? Could be that they weren't paid very well. You never know. But I'm just imagining that, you know, otherwise why would somebody become an artist like that if they weren't paid properly? But there was also the pride, right? The pride, the old intricate carvings on the buildings and everything. God, that's really nice. It's really amazing to see. So yeah, like I said, these are just first layers, so I'm doing them really watered down, and trying to mix and match as many colors as possible. Okay. So where else have we been lately? Yeah, well, because of the work, I've been to Amsterdam a lot. Tomorrow I actually go to The Hague, and that's gonna be interesting. I'm wondering what color should I do more. Okay, let's do this one more red, more ruby kind of style. It's not that I have to work, but I have to go and pick up my new laptop and my new everything. So that's going to be interesting. Let's hope I can install everything, and haven't been to an office in a very long time. So that's gonna be pretty nice, seeing all the people and trying to figure things out. I do have a nice lady that's gonna show me around tomorrow, so let's see where we go, where we start, what we do. I'll keep you guys posted, but if you don't hear from me in the next few days, know that probably I'm exhausted learning all the new stuff and you know, doing all the cool stuff that I need to do. Yeah, that was a good choice. That's gonna be my ruby. Let's do the last one more green, okay? Okay. It doesn't seem like I'll be needing the graffiting paint set, so I'm just gonna put it away so I can actually put my hand here and have this. I really like this coloring, this set. Even like this, only the first layer looks really awesome, I think. Let's see. I will have some forest green. This will be like an emerald. Oh, the emerald dream. Oh, that would be nice. And the down part should be this blue green. And I'm gonna come with water, and I'm going to distribute correctly. Yeah, this is gonna be an emerald. It's gonna be a nice emerald, right? Yeah. I went a bit over the lines, so I'm just gonna go and on when I fix it back, I'm just putting way lesser water, so then it won't, you know, go onto the other one. So that's okay. Okay. This is our first part, which we're gonna let dry a little bit. I'm gonna show you some more designs, but I'm not sure if you can see them very good. So this I did with some funny flowers. They're gonna be purple, the flowers, and then I can choose maybe a blue crystal with purple flowers or something like that, right? This was some crystals with some mushrooms that I did. This was another crystal with some really nice flowers, some hellebore and some anemones, and the moon in the back. Again, I tried this split kind of situation, right? And then I don't know what I was doing here. Oh yeah, I was like cupcake and crystals, and then I kept trying to do something spooky, like a crystal with some flowers and like another one. So, you know, this is what I've been doing today. I was just playing around while we let this one dry out. So now let's think about it. Where should the light come from, right? And should I choose the light for each individual one, or should it be a light source that comes for all of them, and then we try to see, because where the light is gonna hit is gonna be you know, very less color, and on the other side, you know, we're gonna do it more darker where the shadows will be and stuff like that. So where should we make our stand? Maybe this side, this corner, like this, like that. That should give us the most interesting part. Oh, Marlena, it's amazing and the colors are gorgeous. Yes. We're gonna be even more gorgeous once we finalize. I'm gonna go with the smallest brush because I don't want to mess things up. Okay, we're gonna go there. I'm gonna do the smallest brush. So that means that if the light comes from here, it's gonna hit this one first, then this one is a bit in the shadow, and this one is in the shadow. This one maybe has shadow here but light here. This one shadow, this one shadow, but maybe this part not shadow. This is gonna be shadowed. So let's try. We know what colors we used, so I'm gonna darken some stuff. Okay, and I don't want to go way too much on it. I don't want to make them too dark or anything, actually. I just want to make them more 3D looking. That's it, right? So I'm not gonna do 3 layers or 4 layers. I'm just gonna do 2 layers on everything. So this is gonna be a bit more darker, and we're gonna pull the color down because it's not gonna be dark on the whole thing, but just underneath this part. Okay, so a bit lighter but more darker here. And this part Where should the darkness come? Because if it hits here, definitely on this side it's gonna be darker, and this side was done with this color. Well, I'm just guessing here. Like I said, I don't have a formal education. I'm actually thinking maybe I should actually go and watch some stuff. Okay, Johan says do random on the light. Yeah, well, let's do random on the light. Yeah, let's not do all of them in the same position or the same in the same lightness. Okay, and then maybe I wanna do some fancier stuff here. Okay. This looks already a million times better. I think I need this little indentation here a bit more darker. Yeah, this one also a bit more darker. That one, let's leave it like that. Okay, cool. This looks good. This looks good so far. Maybe I'll add a little bit more from this other side into the yellow. Maybe I put too much yellow. Okay, so that's one. Which one should we do next? Maybe the the ruby one. If the light comes from here or from here, right? Dunk. That's gonna have some shadows. That's definitely gonna be dark. That's gonna be dark here, but not here. And if it comes from here, this part is gonna be dark, this may be lighter. So let's try. We know that we have alizarin crimson, right? As the main in here. Yeah. I noticed that there are many crystals, and a majority, you know, are being done with like very light pink or pretty much blue all around. I'm not sure if I'm totally a fan of the blue or the light pink. Okay, that was lighter. Let me try more darker here. This was supposed to be the perlin maroon. Okay. I don't want all of my crystals to look the same, that's why. If all of them look the same, then it's pretty boring, I would say. Yeah. I would do here around this one a little bit. Oh, too much water. I almost put too much water on it. Already has too much water. It's very funny because these brushes are very good brushes, and the way you know it's a good brush is that they hold a lot of water, but you also have to be very careful when you're using them, because yeah, it can be a struggle, especially when you add too much water. When you add too much water, then it's not fun anymore. Okay. So, this is chipped. Maybe I'll do it more. Okay. You know, when I was young and I was thinking I was reading these stories about princesses and princes, and so funny that, you know, they tell you like she had rubies and all these kind of precious gems and stuff, and I didn't even ever saw a precious gem in my hand. So I mean, even in a picture, it took me, yeah, when I was older and we were in school, that's when I started seeing what, like, somebody says they're rubies, and I'm like, how do rubies look like? I don't know. I'm not a rich person that knows how rubies look like. It's so weird. I know. But now I know. And I know why rubies are red. And why rubies are awesome. But even when you're like in the old ages, let's assume that you get a ruby or something, you would probably be set for life. But the question is, who would buy it from you? Who would take it from you? That would be the question I have. Like, let's say that you are a peasant and you get the ruby. Yay! Who are you gonna sell it to? Who are you going to sell it to in the old age? Like, I don't think it would work like now. I think it would be much harder, and any merchant would have just killed you for it or something, I think. It's okay. Okay. I've done that. We'll add more stuff like dots and things, right? But for now, I'll leave that one alone. I'll probably need to darken a little bit here, this side, but I'll think about it, how we do it. Okay, let's try some different ones. Let's try this one. Where should the light come from? This side. So I'll darken this and this one underneath, and a little bit of this, and we'll darken some parts there. So let's look. This looks so much like powder blue, or I don't know how to call it. Powder blue? Yeah, powder blue. It's called actually galaxy blue, but I don't know if I would call it galaxy blue. Would you call it galaxy blue? I leave a little bit of space. I want the two colors to run into each other. So yeah, this is what we'll do. And we can even continue our discussion about art and being scared of doing things. Like, I was scared of doing girls, and I actually did it. I did 2 illustrations last weekend. One was for me because I like to do an illustration to signify me leaving or me going away, and I wanted to, okay, I really need to suck up some of the water here. Too much water. This brush, you know, this brush is too much. This brush is too good. Too good of brush. But I managed to do it. I managed to actually do a nice girl that I had in mind, that was looking at the stars and looking at the moon. I'll post it tomorrow on Instagram if you guys want to see. I worked on it on the last live stream, if I'm not mistaken. Or did I do it on a live stream or not? I think so. I think I did it on a live stream. Yeah. Was a cool live stream. But yeah. I am trying to break out of the mold, but for some reason it's easier for me to break out and to try new things in art than it is in real life. Don't know why. I mean, I have a easier time with art lately, and I freak out lesser than I used to freak out. But yeah, we shall see what we do and what's happening. I wanted to do this part. So if any of you wonder what's going on, this is what's been going on. Yeah, I think they look nice. Okay, I'm going to try this one here. I don't even remember which one I did and which one I didn't. It's so funny. Let's have it come from this side. Tung tung. So then that means that side is going to be more heat. Yeah. I'm trying my best here to you can see that probably I need some more reference. Maybe I know what I'll do. I'll do a nice post with after I consult with my husband, of course, because I need to consult with him because he's the expert. But you know, doing all of these ones and then doing a post with how would you do for a crystal the shadows, where would the shadows be coming from, you know, and which ones would you do harder and which ones would you do not so hard. That would be a cool some cool posts, because I for one really want to learn, and I'm pretty sure you guys want to learn also, right? Now I'm doing it more like instinct kind of style, but it would be nice if we had more than instinct, right? I'm deepening also the yellow. By the way, yellow and purple always go well together. Don't know why. Are they complementary or something? Johan, you know this. Are they complementary? Is that why they go very well together? Because somehow every time I pair purple with yellow, it just works. Don't know why. It's a good color combo. Since it comes from here anyway, all of this stuff is kind of under. So these are good color combos that you can try. Of course, you can try any colors you want. Trust me, I've seen any random types of colors of stones and stuff and shit. There's nothing that would surprise me anymore, right? There's literally nothing that would surprise me anymore. Light coming from here for this one, from here. And this is at an angle, and this line will be raised, right? So then anything here, and especially here, is also going to be darkened. And this is going to be like this, going to reflect here. This is going to be under this. And this is going to be slightly darker. Okay. So. actually went with I went with the quinacridone gold hue just to darken the stuff out. I'm gonna leave that part, that white part, because I like it. So you have to be very careful with these ones. I saw some other tutorials where they go really hard on it and they just put blobs of color and then that's it. They just let the water do all the work. You know me, I'm a control freak. That is never going to happen. Okay, and I'm just taking some of the water off. Okay, and then maybe do some perlin maroon here underneath and darken this part. Dum, dum, dum. I want it to have a gradient, so then I'm just gonna do like a gradient like this. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe in this corner just a little bit, slightly. Man, this brush has lots of water. And what do I want to do tonight? I was considering if I should join the, you know, there's this new challenge, the daily mark from the Daily Marker, online, which is like 30 days of coloring. And I was actually considering it. And I was actually thinking I'll do 30 stuff. 30 small drawings, and I'm not gonna do big drawings or anything. And then I'm just gonna make myself color every day. And I think that would be a nice challenge for me to do. And I can actually participate. Okay, well, I'll let that one dry a little bit so I can add some more red. I think this one is left and this one is left on this row. Okay, and then we can do these ones. Okay, Johan says yes, they are complementary colors. So yeah, that's why they look so well together, because they are complementary colors. This side, that means it will hit this one. This one will be in kind of a shadow. This one will be in kind of a shadow. This one will be, where would that be? A shadow here underneath, but light here. Okay. So powdery blue, or commonly known as galaxy blue. Okay. And then, which one was it? Was the tundra blue. The tundra, such a harsh word. Harsher. Okay. And I will do this one from here up a little bit. Which is a little bit more darker, and maybe I need to do this one way darker. This is actually fun, or at least my version of fun. This is not necessarily I need a different blue there. Let me try. I need to break out a little bit the monotony of that one. So I think I need to do something like purple, because having two sides super blue doesn't really fit. So sometimes you have to fix it like this and add a third color, just because the first color was not very good thought of. Let's soak up anything that goes around the lines. Okay. This one, if it goes from up, maybe here, it's gonna be in here a bit. There was a funny, interesting setter. Don't know if you watch it. They had a very interesting documentary on the Native American, Cherokee Nation, and Navajo Nation. Like, what do they do? How do they get their money and stuff? It was a very interesting one. But I realized that I didn't know that there are so many different indigenous tribes and everything. Realizing how little do I actually know about anything. Life is full of learning, and you have to go and learn every day something new. When I'll learn every day something new, then we'll be fine. I do think that the Native American, they did get the short end of the stick there a little bit with the way they're set up and the way they can't even do bank loans or anything. That is such a bad way to do things. It feels like they're setting them up for failure already from the beginning. Anyway, I don't want to discuss about that. I was actually considering discussing about, the feeling of pressure when you actually have to have this pressure of doing everything and being present and being present online. It's sometimes so weird that now I'm considering, like, have I lost the bandwagon on, for example, should I go to TikTok or not, or should I do TikTok stuff, or it feels so overwhelming because there's so many of them that it feels like I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore which one I should start. Like, definitely you could start, but now also YouTube have shorts, and the funny part is I've been watching shorts lately on YouTube so much, realizing that people are just recycling the TikTok videos to post them as shorts, which is maybe not the best way, but it's not like it's original content for YouTube. But I'm thinking, oh no, now I have to go onto that bandwagon. But then I remind myself, why am I doing this? I was just like, this is just for my friends and for my family to see what I do, and for myself. There's nothing that I need to prove to anybody, nothing that I need to do, This is just me but I think maybe I do want to do some shorts or something. just thinking, how do I do the shorts? Because I could just make a very sped up version of everything that I do sometimes, or just one. Just one would be fun. But does that qualify? Would that qualify as a short? I don't know. It needs to be 60 seconds. So that's already very short. You need to get your point across. That's already pretty short. So how would we do this? But maybe what I need to do is to stop consuming and actually creating, because apparently I'm a super consumer. Have you guys been super consumers like that? Yes, I guess you have. Okay, I think there's only 2 left or 3 left. Are they 3 left? Yeah, there are 3 left. From here, if I consider it comes from here, this is darker here, this is the darkest. Okay, so this part will be the darkest. Yeah, and this part will be nice and dark from this side, like this. I'm gonna pull the colors. I'm still not sure which I think so far the yellow with the purple is my favorite, and then the next one is the red, and then the ones with the blue, yeah, like kind of in that order. Okay, like that. Yeah, and then maybe there do a little bit more green. I think it was too much blue above and too less green, so then it all looked the same. Okay, and then we can do this part, green, green, green. Okay. I'll add some more green. Tum, 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 tum. Okay. That's perfect. And now these 2 are left. And then we can call it a night. Wasn't that much. I mean, I will add some dots everywhere and some more lines just to pop them up. But they were really nice. And now I'm thinking I can use crystals like this, because now I can actually draw them to do a lot of things. I want this to be from here, the light, and then this dark, this dark. This is dark. Tuk, tuk, tuk. If only you would have all these crystals and they will belong to you. Ooh. I'm not sure I would like to sell them. I probably just keep them in my room just to light things up. It will be fun. What to do with crystals? You put them so that the light reflects, so that you can you can have light in your room. That's so funny. Sorry, I'm way too much enjoying this, thinking, you know, if I would reach. But nowadays, if you would reach, would you actually buy rubies and emeralds and stuff? I don't think you would, because they're probably not costing as much as you would expect them to cost, and then that would be a weird money expenditures. I mean, nowadays, do you actually need to buy any more your rubies? I mean, you can always rent them, right? Like, just rent them. I put way too much water in this one. I'm thinking that this one I want to do really dark. So maybe some black, galaxy black. Yeah, the galaxy black. Okay, nice. And now we have the last one. And I'll let you guys guess where the light is coming from. Okay. Yep. I think I need the ruby to be more ruby-esque. I'll go and I'll do it more red. Okay. Making sure I don't have too much water, because if you have too much water, it becomes too watery. It's not where you want to be. Okay. In theory, that one is very dark on top because of the light. Okay. And then what others? This one probably is darker. Yep. And then this one. And I'll do a little bit of this. In the meantime, for us, we just go to the museum and then we see the stones. And then we marvel of the stones. I'm not sure if, I mean, I wasn't impressed by the stone itself, but I think a lot of people get impressed by the fact that they're thinking, oh, I have this stone and it's worth this much and it's around my neck. So, you know, I think it's the money thing that surprises people. It's not the stone itself, you know? Okay. I said that I wanted to make it more ruby-esque, so I'll do it more ruby-esque. And I think I made a mistake and this one should have been much darker. Maybe some darker shades here also. Okay. should be more darker here. Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, those were the crystals for today. I hope you guys enjoyed them. You will see much more crystals and many more other things from me in the next few weeks. Keep safe. I hope the weather holds with you. For us, it was raining today a lot, but I hope for you, you know, that it's gonna be nice weather. Thank you so much for watching me, and I see you guys next time, which is probably gonna be Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday afternoon. Let's talk, let's chat, let's have some fun. Okay? Thank you so much. Bye. And by the way, bye Marlena and bye Johan. Thank you so much for commenting and for looking and for being with me.